Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and today we are diving into more Canucks moves coming. That's right, you heard that right. There are more Canucks moves just happening, not just the Evander Kane deal. There is more on the horizon. We're going to be talking about trades, draft, free agency, and more. Let's dive into this. And we're going to get into the conversation, everyone. I'm so pumped. Finally, things are happening. Let's go. Well, everyone, finally, today is the day. I made that first video right when I was going to work today and just live breaking my reaction to the Evander Kane news. And then today has been just a plethora of information from Alvin, from insiders, from all kinds of people. It has been absolutely crazy. So, but there's more Canucks moves coming, and we're going to talk about that today. But before we do, I need to nail this down. Where is it? I put breaking news. Okay, listen, breaking news. Not only did the Canucks trade their 4th round pick to the Edmonton Oilers for Evander Kane, but tonight the Sabres are trading, or have traded, I should put, JJ Pereira to the Utah Mammoth in exchange for defenseman Kesselring and winger Josh Doan. There is a lot going on. I did not think that Buffalo was going to trade JJ Peterka. Did I say Pereira? Peterka. I keep messing up his name. I know that a lot of Canuck fans wanted him on our roster, but the Mammoth have just done a massive, mammoth-sized deal, and I just got a message from, he might be on here right now. He might have already put it in here. Japan 4. Did you put it in here already? Nope. You didn't. So let's just say the Sabres have just agreed to a 5-year deal extension with Utah for a Peterka that carries an average annual value of $7.7 million per season. Let's add that. Everyone. That is nuts. That's nutso news, right? It's absolutely nutso news. And let's just see. And, the thing about Kesselring and, let's bring it up. Because this might be just easier. I want to talk about Canucks news right now. Maybe we'll wait till later about that. Maybe we'll wait till later. But I do want to put that on the banner that's going by. So let me just take that off for a second, and then and I'll try to find it. But yeah, so I want to dive into these moves. Here's the question that I want you to answer tonight, if you're okay with answering this question, is the big question is, how many more additions will the Canucks make in the next week? And this next week, I should put in this next week. My bad. And this next week. Okay, so the draft is in 2 days. Then free agency kicks in July 1st. And so what do you think what do you think is going to be, how many more additions will the Canucks make in this next week? Post it in the comments right now as I try to get the amount there. I can't find it online. I just have to put it in. Yep, 5 years, 77 million. Or 77 million, 7.7 AAV. So we're going to add that to the banner, and then we're going to make it run. Now, where is the banner? There it is. Okay, we got it going. A 5-year deal. Signs. Okay, sorry, my bad. This is all just breaking right now. Deal time. Okay, that's what we're having. we got it going. We got it going. Breaking news. Okay. So here we are. Everyone. This is crazy. Hopefully I put that right. Peterka signs a 5-year deal times. Yeah, that sounds good. Wow, this is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. Okay, I'm just going to go to the comments real quick here. And see what you guys think. How many are going to be there? I don't know if any. Coach Rob says three more moves. Caribou Canuck says 2 additions, 1 large trade, 1 small signing. I can see that happening. But yeah, this is interesting. Elfrin says probably another addition coming this week, and then a big splash. Right. So yeah, absolutely. There's all kinds of great people here. This is going to be a lot of fun tonight. We got Japan 4 in the building, Callum, Coach Rob Willie, Elfrin, Sky Training Canuck Elfrin, Jack's here, Nothing is Perfect is here, Rome. There's lots of great people in this building right now. Green's in the building as well. So Nothing to Perfect says 1 signing, 1 more trade. Green's talking about the Kane trade. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. So let's dive into it. Green, thank you for getting me there. But Japan 4 says 2 to 3. Leah is in the building. Good to see you. Welcome. And then Nux TV says, does the Peterka trade lower the price for Rossi? Possibly. Very possible. So how many more moves do you think I think the Canucks should do? I think the Canucks should just keep making moves until we get better. And I'm open to a whole bunch. I'm open to anything at this stage other than do not trade Quinn Hughes. That's it. Everyone else, well, I don't want to trade Sherwood either. But, I mean, they're minor deals. I'm open to major deals and minor deals. Okay. So how many do I think? I don't know. I would think another 2 or 3 are going to happen. Okay. Why did I make this video? More Canucks moves are coming. It's because of this quote here by Darren Dreger. He said this on Sekeres and Price. He says, my Canucks sources indicated that they have a lot going on and multiple conversations with multiple different teams on multiple different players. This blew my mind when I saw this because, listen, we've been asking the questions, who's coming, what kind of trades are we going to pull off? And everyone's wants to talk about the Rossi deal that didn't happen. I know that the Canucks wanted to get Matt Duchene, who extended with Dallas. So I would say what happened today was Plan C. Plan A was sign Duchene. Plan B was trade for Rossi. That didn't happen. Or Rossi. And then Plan C is trade for Evander Kane. Now, can I just say something? As Canuck fans, and we're always looking, we always want to have these conversations, and a lot of times some of us are just stealing what we heard from someone else, or someone just goes on Reddit or just makes a YouTube video and says things like maybe says things like, hey, this is my idea of what I'd like to see happen, right? This is my idea, okay? But can we just admit that we know nothing? Like, I don't care if you're an insider. Sometimes, like, your inside information is like everybody's reporting it because it just gets out, and then everyone's rushing to their phones and rushing. It's like right beside them. And they're putting in, look at breaking news, right? But no one saw this coming. No one saw Evander Kane to the Vancouver Canucks. Like, maybe someone posted, did Sekeres and Price do that? Did they post, what do you think if, but no one heard this rumor the Canucks are trying to get Evander Kane. That was on nobody's radar. And then this trade happens, and everyone's like, what's going on? There's nothing happening. Management's failing us, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden we make a trade and people are like, they're the worst. They made the dumbest trade. And then other people are like, I love this trade, because fans are honestly polarized by this deal. They're absolutely polarized by what's happening in Vancouver. And so a lot of people are messaging me and saying, RevTrev, what are your thoughts about this deal? Okay. What are your thoughts? Now we're going to talk about a whole bunch of things. And I'm going to get into my thoughts in just a second, but I want to talk about this right here first. Okay. No one saw this coming. Nobody. Fans are polarized. Okay. And I thought no one wants to come to the Canucks. Come to the Canucks. Wow. What is with me this evening? I think I was rushing to get all this going. Okay. No one wants to come to the Canucks, right? Evander Kane asked to go to Vancouver. He had a 16-team no trade list or trade for list or something like that. And he was like, I want to go to Vancouver. So my guess is this. This is my guess, okay? 107 people, 108, 109 people in here. 110 just came on, are here watching. Let's hit the like and subscribe, everyone. But they must have went to Evander Kane and said, listen, we're not going to be here. Or we're going to be moving you. We're not going to be here. We're going to be moving you. We need to move on from the contract. Where would you like to go? And he goes, he didn't say Vegas. He didn't say the Panthers. He didn't say Tampa Bay. You know what he said? The Vancouver Canucks. The Vancouver Canucks. That is massive. That is absolutely massive. So I'm excited about it. I have mixed feelings about this, and let me show you what my mixed feelings are. And I wonder if this is going to cut it off in the bottom. Yeah, okay, it's going to cut it off in the bottom there a little bit. Now let me just turn off this thing for just a second. Okay, so these are my thoughts. What I don't like Evander Kane's contract that is $5.13 million. We couldn't get them to retain. Are you kidding me? Even if it was $1 million, I would have loved that. But nope. We had to take on the whole contract. And he's not a great character guy. Listen, this is the part. This is the part. His past is shady at best. There are so many Canuck fans mad about this. They're like, You're trading JT Miller because he's a quote-unquote cancer in the locker room to bring in quote-unquote a cancer into the locker room? You want to bring this into the thing? I understand why Canucks fans are so angry about this, because it doesn't make sense, okay? So he's not a great character guy, even though, wait a minute, I got to talk about this. Even though the people are saying in Edmonton he was great. Well, yeah, you went to back-to-back finals. Okay. He does take bad penalties. He lost them games last year because of his stupid penalties. Losing his cool, veteran guy losing his cool. You want him to play on the edge, but when you play on the edge, you do dumb things every once in a while. I am concerned about that. But I'm cool with it. But we're going to get into more trades and more additions and everything and just more moves in a second. I just want to quickly do this. And then his injury history. Listen, he didn't play in the regular season last year, and now he played in the playoffs. Played 21 games in the playoffs. So, I don't know. I don't know what happened last year. I don't care what happened last year. But I hope he stays healthy for Vancouver. Okay, last ones. What I like about Evander Kane. I like his grit. I like his size. I like his experience. Playoff, regular season. I love the experience, right? His production when he's healthy. He's the local boy, wants to play in front of his family. This is awesome. And his contract only has 1 year remaining. That's great news. And in my opinion, this is a move to help us to try to make the playoffs this year. That's it right there. That's it right there. I like all those things. So I feel like I'm mixed. I don't like that. Oh, and the other thing I don't like is that it cost us 5.1 and now we're only have $7 million left to to go. So that bothers me, but you got to give up something good to get something good. You got to take the good with the bad. That's what we got to do. And this team, I don't think has a lot of options. So it's trying to find ways to get better. Did we get better today? Probably. I think we did. I think the amount of Canuck fans that are mad about this trade, but are also mad that this team is too soft. It's like, how can you do both? You can't do both, everyone. You can't be mad about both. Let's be honest. You can't have both. You can't have your cake and eat it too, okay? What does that phrase even mean? I don't even know. Can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have cake and eat it too? Well, why'd you give me cake? Okay, go. Keep the breaking news going. Okay. Oh, I'm so cheesy. My kids, if they saw me right now, they'd be like, "Dad, why are you laughing?" Oh, I know. Okay, so because Darren Dreger said that his Canuck sources said that they have a lot going on, multiple conversations with multiple teams and multiple different players. Now we got to talk about this, okay? So here's what I've been hearing. So possible more movements. This is what I've been hearing. Now, I'm not saying these are rumors. These are not reports. These are rumors. I'm hearing Dakota Joshua, Teddy Bluger, the first round pick, the 15th overall is in play. And then teams are calling for the big young four, right? Vilander, EP25, Leckermacki, or Mancini. Okay? They want one of those guys or two of those guys. That is what I'm hearing. I think there's a lot of players in play. But they're talking about extending Garland. That's what they've been talking about. LV gave a couple big nuggets today in his conversation. By the way, 152 people here live. This is awesome. Yeah, like that is Garland re-signing with Vancouver. He's a heart and soul guy. I like that. What's his contract going to be? It's not like we have a ton of money, but then the massive moves. More Canuck moves incoming, everyone. I just did a video yesterday on the Canucks and was it yesterday? I talked about who we going to trade out of the goalies. And then the massive Demko news is that they're working on an extension. They're in conversation for an extension, everyone. What? Now, here's the thing. Everyone that's yelling, the Canucks should burn it to the ground and it's a rebuild. I've been telling you, I've been saying it from the rooftops for so long now. Alvin and Rutherford did not come to Vancouver to rebuild this organization. Listen, Rutherford is an older man, and he's not here to, hey, let's blow this up and let's rebuild this. He's like, I want to be a part of another cup, and I want to bring Vancouver their first Stanley Cup. Alvin's like, that sounds like a good idea. Let's go to Vancouver. That's why they're here. This idea that they're going to blow it up and rebuild and take 6 to 12 years to do it, heck no. That is not what's happening here. That is not what's happening. Okay? You need to understand. You need to understand that is not happening. And because of that, you hear this kind of stuff. They're trying to work on an extension for Demko because they just watched the Stanley Cup playoffs and saw Bobrovsky literally stop the Edmonton Oilers. I know it was a team effort, but you can't tell me that Bobrovsky wasn't one of the key factors of them winning their back-to-back cup. And I said last year that the Vancouver Canucks were going to beat the Edmonton Oilers in 7 games because Demko was going to return in game 6 or game 7, and that's how we're going to win. Guess what? Demko didn't return. We lost in game 7 by 1 goal. And I like Shelovs, don't get me wrong. Love that guy. But If Demko is in the net, he's a difference maker. He's a Vezina candidate, right? That's what he is. So all these, yesterday and the day before when I did these videos, I'm like sitting there going, I'm sitting there and just saying, which goalie do you want to trade? And everyone's saying Demko. The odd person said Shelovs. The odd person said Lankinen, right? But everyone's like, okay, where are we trading Demko? And then next day, literally the next day, we have no idea what's going on with this organization. We remember when Rutherford kept coming on and saying way too much information. Now we're getting this other information. It's like, we think we know what we're talking about. We don't. Actually, Toodle Hockey just went live with all their stuff tonight. He launched his channel. And him and I have been going back and forth about what was it we were arguing about the other day? Oh, the draft picks. Okay. And he said, would rather have Marcus Pettersson at 5x5 over a 12th in this draft any day of the week. Because it was about the Rangers are not giving up their 2026 first. We can breathe easier now from the JT trade, And he goes, are you surprised by the Rangers' decision? And I said, I would rather have the first round pick. I would not have given up our first round pick, or there would be the Rangers for MP3. And he said the 12th pick in this draft is basically like a late 20th pick in every other draft. Okay. Jacob and I we're talking, we're just having a conversation. I said, that's not what I'm hearing. There sounds like there are 12 very good players, but after that, it's a crapshoot. That's why Minnesota, in my opinion, wanted more for Rossi than pick 15. And then he said this, and it was really interesting. He go, the other way of thinking about it is that they don't want only 15 because this draft is weak. And I said, look at us pretending like we know what we're talking about. And I did the Office one where Jim and what's his name? Anyways, they're doing the fist pump. And then he says, he sent the one, hey, look at us gif. It was hilarious, right? And I'm not saying just Jacob and I, but I'm talking about everybody. Nobody knows what's happening in Canuck land other than the Canucks. They have gone to Fort Knox and they pulled off the Evander Kane trade. Now they're talking about re-signing Demko. Wow. And you know what that speaks to me about? And you might be upset about this. I don't know. But what it speaks to me is they want to win. They want to not only keep Quinn Hughes, they want to win. By the way, 180 people in here right now. This is epic. I'm streaming on Facebook, YouTube, X right now. It's awesome. Welcome everyone to this channel. It's so great to have everyone. And don't forget, everyone, the draft is on Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific time, followed by rounds 2 to 7 on Saturday, June 28th, 9 a.m. Pacific time, okay? So get your popcorn ready. Let's do this, okay? And the question I asked last night is, will the Canucks pick at 15? Will they trade the pick to improve the current roster? And will they trade up? The answer is, I think they're open to any one of these three things. I think mostly they want to trade the pick to improve their current roster. I think that's what they're trying to do. That's what I think they're trying to do. I think there's trades on there. Listen, it's Wednesday night, 9:55 p.m. Pacific time. That's where we're at. We've got 1.5 days, and the draft is happening. That first round's happening. Do not be surprised if the Canucks make more moves, everyone. Make more moves, and that draft pick is in play. You need to know that draft pick is in play. Okay, let's dive into some comments from all these wonderful people who are here, okay? I know that there's going to be a lot of people that are either for or against the Kane deal, but Elford says, the more I think of this trade, the more I became neutral with this move. I don't hate it, and I don't love it. But but I'm leaning I don't like it side. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, as long as he keeps his own baggage away from the ice, I'm fine with it. And he treats people with dignity and respect, right? But people are really frustrated that we're helping Edmonton. And Japan 4 agrees. So, Callum, there are rumors about the Canucks going after Pavel. There have been, but I don't think they're reports. They're just rumors. It's just people guessing. Jack says, hey, Trev, guess who I saw today? Kevin Adams. When we were smoking blunts together, I tried to get him to send JJ to the Canucks. His strain must have been too strong. He confused the teams and players. Okay, let me just keep scrolling here. Okay, let's get down. Tyson wants us to bring Marco Rossi to Vancouver. That still could be in play, in my opinion. I mean, he does not want to sign with them. They do not want to give 7 times 7, right? I hope and pray, Callum says, that Kane brings a younger version of the dad, old guy. Whoa, POS energy? Wow. Like Marchment effect ripples through the lineup. To be honest, he disgusts me. Okay, well, that's a really bold one. Did you see my comment earlier? Just a little sarcastic. I get it. Lots of people here. Nux TV says, plus, please for Rossi. Okay, this is what I think is going to happen in the NHL draft. This is going to blow your mind. Okay, my bold prediction is that Misa is going to get picked number 1, and Schaefer's going number 2. That's what I think is going to happen. If that happens, San Jose is going to think that they won the draft, and they might. But I don't get this Schaefer going to the Islanders. They need more scoring. I don't think they need more defense. But maybe he's like the Quinn Hughes type or the Cale Makar type. And then if that's the case, then you can't pass him up. So everyone's convinced it's Schaefer. But when it comes to the Canucks, I think we trade the pick. If we don't trade the pick, I can see us going after McQueen. Actually, I've got a graphic here. These are some players. Let me just show you. I need to turn off this banner. I keep having to turn this off. These are the draft options that I had. Okay. I want Frondell, but I don't think he's going to be there. I don't think O'Brien's going to be there. But Coates and Brady Martin, I think those 2 guys could potentially be at 15. And if they do, you just got to draft those kids. That's what I think. Coates is a high motor guy, a playmaker. Martin is a heavy hitter, physical forward, 2-way center. So that's where we're at. That's what I think. That's what I think is going to happen. So, okay, let's go back to some comments, everyone, and let's get that banner back up. Get it going. The breaking news looks cool, I think. Okay. By the way, the Peterka deal, I don't get why they traded him. I don't mind Doan and Kesselring. I really don't mind them. And I think they should bring, because I know I'm seeing some of those conversations in here. Martin says, so what is every NHL player talking about amongst each other that makes them not want to play in Vancouver? Because of the drama? What drama? Who's the drama? Well, it was JT Miller, apparently. I also think adding fuel to the fire, the drama was Pettersson not showing up ready for camp. Like, let's just be honest with that. But getting Kane here, that might not be helpful. Canucks TV says the Roslovich and Rossi are the ones that he would like. Japan 4 says, yeah, talks that Demko and Canucks are working on a 3-year extension. That could be done by end of next week, said Dollywall. Yeah, I mean, he's probably the most reliable Canucks insider source. Callum, I agree. We're in for a bumpy ride, but I still think we're going to make the playoffs. I got this weird feeling. So, yeah, I think it could be there. I know Japan 4 wants to tank for McKenna. Sorry, my bad. Rome says, I think Alvin is going to make a huge stinking trade at the draft. Something going to steal the headlines. That would be awesome. Utah is definitely a better team now. I agree. Did I see things right? Peterka got traded. Yep, you saw it. Yeah, it's lion season for sure. Absolutely. Smoke screen season, right? Oh, man. Go get Rossi and Tuck and Kuzi now. Then I like our team. Oh, I like that. Aaron says, I hope they keep Shelovs. Oh, that's the other thing. I keep hearing today that it's Shelovs that's going to get moved. Everyone, that's Shelovs. Like 215 people in here. That is awesome. I guess it's the 2 nights before the draft. Makes sense. Buffalo is dumb, so maybe we could get Tuck for cheap. I don't get what they're doing. No one else wants to come here, okay? A 4th rounder for a gamble on 1 year Kane is worth it. Also, every first year and every team he's played for has been good, and his contracts. The only problem is they want to. I'm sorry. Alvin said today that he's open to extending him if he's a good fit here. Yeah, I don't look at it like this, that we're losing Besser and Kane is the replacement. I don't think that's what it is. But yes, we're losing Besser and Kane is better than many options. And it's a contract year, so he's going to be motivated, and he chose Vancouver. You know what, Callum, you're right. That's awesome. Yeah. He can skate. He has size. He will stick up for Quinn and Petey. Except for this year in the playoffs, I felt like he didn't really stick up for some guys at some of the times. But I agree with you. Way less abuse to our team next year. Add a lot of elements we lacked. Perfect player, no, but a good price. I agree. He wants to play in Vancouver, hometown guy, and this is how he is treated. Well, it is what it is. More drama, Kane. Yeah. Vancouver. Oh, my goodness. Absolutely. What's the over-under on Kane partying at the Roxy in a year at home? 300 days at Roxy. Plus or minus 300. I know. I don't know. I hope not. But guys, we beat out 4 other teams for his services. That's good. Canucks cap out. Yeah, that's the frustrating part. Kane will not be our biggest addition this year. Woo! This is a bold prediction by Green. He just happens to be the first about character. People mature. Yep, absolutely. I'm hoping that he's matured and big time because he's had some major issues. Haven't heard much negatively out last few years. Yeah, 1 year deal. Okay, we only have to pay him $4 million, so Edmonton should have held 1 point. No, that it should have, but it didn't happen. We have to pay the whole thing. Peterka to Mammoth for nothing. Well, I wouldn't say nothing. It's 2 23-year-old prospects. But yes, I agree. Alvin should be fired for not trying to. Maybe he did try to get him. Canucks for life. You're assuming that he is not on the phones talking to Buffalo. I wouldn't assume that. And okay, so let's just go there. Okay. Peterka for EP25 and Leckermacki. Would you do it? I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. Remember, Kane didn't play all regular season. That's right. Did not play well. He didn't play at all. Stepped in and actually had a solid playoffs. Yep. Yeah, it seems like a joke trade for Buffalo. But they didn't want to pay him the money. I don't know why. Yeah, I know. We might as well. I know every time I bring up JT Miller, there's always someone in comments like, you got to get over JT Miller. It's like, it's my channel. I can say whatever I want. Build your own channel. I'm sad to have JT Miller gone, okay? Yeah, I know, Martin. It's crazy, all the stuff that's going on. What is happening, everyone? Look at this $25 donation from Tyler from Line Change. Thank you so much, man. Keep up the great work, brother. Everybody like and subscribe to Kempner Canucks. Thank you so much. By the way, Tyler, I got your message regarding my 3-hour live stream that's happening July 1st. I'm going to have you on, man. I'm going to have you on. So we'll work out one of those 2 times that can work for you. That's great. That is awesome. That is awesome. And just because, this is what the fans want to talk about, bring JT back. That's right. I would take JT Miller back. I'd take the other JT, John Tavares. I would do all those things, but we'll see. We'll see, everyone. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for the donation. That is so kind of you. You didn't have to do that. Okay. Is Edmonton still being investigated for the LTIR antics with Kane? I don't think so, but I haven't heard. I don't know what it means. Kane got 20 goals. Got 20 goals. Can score? Yeah, he can. I like this one. Callum, I agree. The Vancouver Canucks need to sign Sammy Blais to an NHL contract. Bring him up. He'd be a perfect 4th liner for us. Kane is the power forward that the Canucks needed. Absolutely. Like, you can't, it's so hard to get those guys. Caribou Canuck says he's in a contract year, so that should motivate him to play good. A lot of people are forgetting that. Yep. Minus $1 million for Ratu, so $6 million left. Ouch. I like that he's Canadian. Yes, I do too. We probably tried picks and prospects for Turka instead of going with Joshua Garland, which would make us afford the 5 times 7.7. So I know that our franchise would have gone ballistic if we got JJ. Jack says, I disagree on the locker room cancer thing, maybe a couple years ago, but not at all lately. Sure, he's a cocky prick, but it's not a locker room cancer. Not everyone likes that. Yeah. But that's not a locker room cancer. Not everyone likes it. Okay. Eugene says, Kane wants to play in Vancouver. 20 to 30 goal scorer with grit. 5.1 million for 1 year. Not bad. Replaces Brock. Roll the dice. How many points did Brock have? Didn't Brock only have 25 goals this year, everyone? Just saying. Sherwood and Kane can hit. I agree. Jax is in the building. Literally, the only part I didn't like was that it helps the Oilers. Okay. Kane for 1 season and it's a contract year. Sign me up, he says. Angelo says, Byram, next BC boys coming back. Can you imagine? It's just like, the boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. Got Byram and Kane. And who else can we bring back? Oh, Bedard and Celebrini. I don't know. It's the offseason. Let's dream big, everyone. Let's dream big. Okay. You know what? Those boys are awesome. Was it Bedard or Celebrini that was at the Abbotsford game on Saturday night? Like, these guys are awesome. I agree, Kevin. He doesn't replace the 30 goal scorer. Well, listen, first of all, he didn't. He only scored 25. Okay. I'm going there right now. I want to make sure that I don't mess this up. Okay. Because Evander Kane, last season scored 24 goals. He had 44 points. Okay. No, he didn't. That was the year before, because this year he didn't play in the regular season. Let's go. What did he do in the playoffs? Let's go see. He played 21 games. He had 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points. I'm okay with that. That's fine. So not this year, but the year before, he had 24 goals and 20 assists in 77 games. Okay, now let's go see what Brock did this year. Everyone, let's just this is it. This year, he played 75 games, had 25 goals, 25 assists, 50 points. It doesn't replace it. It's like, well, you know what? I don't know. Yep, I heard that too. We talked about that. Yeah, exactly. We need guys with grit, right? Okay, I'm going to scroll down here. Mind you, too, Kane had no power play time in Edmonton. He's a power play 2, but he will be a power play 1 here. But the Oilers power play 1 takes up the whole time. Of course, we got Draisaitl and McDavid. Of course, you're not going to have him out there. But yes, I agree. He helps our power play out as well. And I agree. It's not about replacing Besser. It's about being locked in for 1 year when you don't want to sign up for 7 to 8 years for Brock. I agree. That was I didn't like it that we let Brock walk, but I do like it that we said we'll give you 5 years, but we're not going to give you 7 or 8. You got to have the line somewhere. I think being a nice guy is something to be proud to have on the team. Yeah, sure. Just not in the playoffs. Just go nuts in the playoffs. Can't see Garland staying past July 1st, and She Loves is gone as sweetener. Really? That's a bold one. Besser wants 8 times $8 million. Kane at 5.2 for 1 more. It's actually 5.13. Guys, there's 220 people in here. It's awesome. Steel Dog is in the building. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Okay. Willing to take on $5 million for Kane, but not willing to pay Suter $4.5 million. Does Suter move the needle, man? Does Suter move the needle? I don't think so. Does he bring a base floor? Yes. I like Suter. I like P.S. Suter a lot. So I'm okay with this. But I hear what you're saying, and we still might get him back. If Kane gets 20 goals, 5 times 5. Oh, sorry. 5 versus 5 on 5 versus 5. He actually does replace Besser in terms of goals because he'll get power play 1 time. Okay. How come Florida didn't thank Philly for giving up on Officer Bob? I don't know. Besser will be like 3 years old in 6 years. How old is Brock? He's 28. He'll be 34 years old in 6 years. I would rather just crowdfund Brock Besser the extra cash than have Kane. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I think the reason why is that we've got another center in the works. Oh, you think that Kane is super slow, can't hit, sucks at faceoffs, and he's slow? Well, he's not a center. So, oh no, sorry. You're talking about Suter. Okay, my bad. I think Suter's pretty. He's solid, but I don't know. I think we should move on from Hedl. If we add a second line center, Hedl would be moved to the wing or 3C, but he makes too much to play the third line. Yeah, I agree. I'd take 10 Evander Kanes over 1 Besser. Woo! Well, of course, because there's only 1 versus 10. She Loves, as impressive as he's been, still hasn't proven much at the NHL level. I mean, he's got 5 playoff wins. 5. But I see what you're saying. Trade Garland for Ryan Strome. He doesn't get to go to Philly unless the Ducks want to trade him there. Dylan says, by the way, welcome, Dylan. Good to have you here. We cannot improve our top 6 with quality if we're paying Hedl and Garland whatever amount to play on the third line. Garland doesn't play on the third line. He plays in the second line. Right? Sensei Dean says, yeah, I guess since we see his bad play more than his good play, we're biased, but coming home, he may play better. I just hope he is teachable and he can get to a new level. We'll see. Man, he's hard. Like, the biggest thing they kept saying is he's hard to play against. Those are the kind of guys you want to trade for. That's crazy. Didn't think that we just signed a guy like that. I would trade Shilovs with Hronek for a young second line center guy like McTavish or Demko and Garland for Rossi. No, Demko and Garland for Rossi, I would not do that deal. I would not do that deal. But Kevin, you can do that deal. You can be GM. Some young D-men, we got a plethora and a bunch of overpriced bottom six forwards are going to the airlock to get an elite second line center. I believe today that EP40 is coming back, born again hard. Okay. I'm still open to trading EP40 depending on what we get in return, but I think he's not moving. I think he's coming back. So I think that we'll do that as well. Yeah, especially with Peterka off the board. The front office goes after player attributes. It's why Suter isn't signed right now or Besser. Kane has better attributes and traits they value compared to other players. Well, okay. In fairness, Jack, they did offer Brock Besser a contract. He said no. So it's not that they don't want him. It's just they don't want that term. Maybe we brought in Kane to protect and play with Rossi. Maybe, Dylan, that's a good point. Ethan Bear incoming. I heard Dollywall talk about it today. I don't think he's coming back. We're currently 6th in the entire NHL in cap spent. That's crazy. We better get Rossi before the draft. I agree. That would be awesome. Literally, we only need more shots and one or so timely goals. Yeah, that's true. Kevin says if Pettersson is born again this summer, we need to do nothing. Bold statement. Rossi moves the needle so much more than Suter. I agree. Then you add the age, and it's no brainer. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, man. And so is Tyler. Go Canucks, go get better before I die. Trade Kane and 15 for Rossi. Maybe they could. He still has that agreement in his contract, I believe, that he can't be traded without his approval there. The Beer Baron, it's because we've already filled out most of the roster. Todd is here, and he says it's a plumber's chance, so here's to the butt crack of a hell of a season out of the blue. Yeah, there's a lot of people that think Byram is still coming to Vancouver. So can you imagine if we made a trade with Minnesota and with Buffalo? That'd be nuts. Alvin said today he has looked into moving down in the draft more than he considered moving up. That's good. That's interesting. Wow. Smash and subscribe the like button for the best Canucks YouTuber. Thank you. That is a compliment and a half. I don't know. Am I? I don't think so. But anyways, I'll take it. There's lots of guys I like. I like them all. So Vancouver Canucks need cap space to improve this team. Well, we had it. We got rid of it today. Kane deal is I'm 50-50 on it. Yeah, I'm gonna see what happens. Hedel and 15 for Thompson and Byram. Oh, we would do that deal in a heartbeat. I don't think we'd have enough cap space though for them both. Would we? And I think there's no way we're getting Tage Thompson. I agree. What do you think about Roslovic? He's okay. He's okay. I don't think he's a guy that moves the needle for us, but I'm not there. Okay, Canucks era is here. Haven't seen his comment from him yet. So much chaos. I just want to know who fights Jason Dickinson and I don't know. This is a great post. I'm not sure. Okay, let's go here. Jason Luke, did we do a few trades last year with Calgary? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. I had a friend from Calgary, Jason, that came and he was like, "What are you guys doing? Trading with division rivals?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "You just made Edmonton better." It's like, well, I don't really care. I said, Edmonton's going to make the playoffs next year, with or without Kane. So it doesn't change it. What I care about is the Vancouver Canucks getting better. And you're mad at us because we traded with Edmonton, but you weren't mad with us that we traded for Zadorov and Lindholm and gave you all those picks and all those prospects and all those players. A player, I should say. Like, you can't have your cake and eat it too, even though I like cake. And if you're offering me cake, I'm going to eat it. Just saying. But I agree, Green. For a fourth rounder, it's a great gamble. It's just a lot of money. That's what I don't like about it. Blay, Kane, Sherwood. Wow, that would be demolition. It'd be awesome. Oh, this is the answer right here. Tyler's got it. It's going to fight both these guys. Management hide their hand. No one thought they were going to go after Kane. I know. That's why I said. I don't think anyone thinks that we're 2 moves away from winning a cup. I think we're closer to the playoffs than everyone thinks. So I don't think anyone thinks we're going to win the cup next year. Kane could stand up for Petey. Yep, that would be great. Penrose says, I'm happy with the Kane acquisition. That's awesome. Almost zero risk and a contract year. That's true. I wouldn't say almost zero risk, but I hear what you're saying. I think you misunderstood. You misunderstood it. He didn't do any good trades to go up, only down. No one wants to move down on the top 10. Okay. Sorry about that. Guerin is playing hardball now, but by draft, his attitude changed. I mean, his leverage for Rossi is going to go down, I think. So, yeah. A lot of us want him here. Canuck Tony's in the building. I want to see Kane and Petey play together. They probably will. Angelo wants Barzal for Pedersen. I don't think they're going to do that, but I don't think the Canucks would do that, honestly. And I don't know if that makes us better. Like, it does, but it doesn't. You know what I mean? Because he's older. Yes, Kane could stand up for Petey and Hughes. In fact, the more tough guys we get, the better I feel about EP40. Clem says, I feel like we should use the pick. I want to use the pick, but it depends on what we get in return, of course. Lecker Mackey for Brandon Rust. No. I don't like that one, but you can like that one. I bet you're right. Why would anyone pass on Misha? He's a scoring machine. Well, I think he was ranked 7th or 9th on Bob McKenzie's list and just shot up the rankings. But Schaefer's been number 1 the whole time. So I think that's why, but I agree. They need scoring. And if that happens, then they can probably move one of their centers away, and that's the Barzal, Horvat, and who's the other guy? There's another guy. Yeah, I heard these links too. Then that's what I've been saying. Coates is going to be our guy. If we draft, that's the guy. Hagen could drop to 15. If Hagen, I don't think Hagen gets past 10. He might not even get past 6. But I heard Kane to Van was likely. Really, Justin? It's crazy. By the way, welcome. Good to see you. Kane, Barzal, Byram, back to Vancouver. There you go. That's the hometown discount right there. Canuck Tony, I was torn at first, but I'm actually super stoked to see Kane. We are all in and need luck. That's the worst. What's the worst that could happen? Miss the playoffs again? Let's take some chances. I'm with you. Alvin and Rutherford had dinner with Coates and his family a few weeks ago. That's awesome. Okay. No, Rossi, we got back end. Okay, I need to get down. I finally got to there. Yeah, man. Like there's so many comments. This is awesome. There's been 230 people in here tonight. Playoff spot depends on Petey. Yep. That's fair. I don't think Demko's gone, man. I don't think he's gone. But maybe, is it a sign and trade? Is that what's going to happen? It was a bad trade. They totally left Oilers off the hook. Also, a bad idea after what happened last year, and I don't think many other teams were lining up for him. There were other teams interested, but he wanted to come to Vancouver. That's what the reports say. Okay. I watched that thing. They didn't say they will most likely trade. Yes, he said they will most likely make the pick at this stage, but they already offered it to Minnesota, so it's not off the table. Canucks luck. They tank for McKenna, and then Hughes leaves, and McKenna pulls the Lindros. Oh, that would suck. Chris says, "How about Mason Appleton? He's a center and he has size. I know that he's." A lot of people have been here talking about that. I'm not sure if that helps us a lot. I'm just scrolling down. It's easy to fall in line when McDavid and Draisaitl in the room. Ours isn't really in order. That's true. Yeah, he didn't let him off the hook. I agree, but he was the casualty. So Alvin said Foote was in the convo about Kane. He wants him. Okay. Kane, the hometown Big Z, or hometown Bertuzzi. There we go. I'll admit the line of Joshua Sherwood, center, Kane sounding menacing. Yeah, that would be awesome. Daniel thinks that Kane's going to be awesome. Let's keep scrolling. I think they could have retained. It's like we didn't even press them at all. I just think they would have said, no, we're going to trade him somewhere else. He wants to come to Vancouver. Let's get it done. I don't think they're nothing. I think they have potential, but their age and everything is different, right? So are the same, but their production sucks compared to Peterka's. This is the big question, Eugene. 100-point center or cream puff? Which one are we going to get? I don't know. Rochelle, I'm from Montreal. I have one question. Are you happy with the decision to keep Pedersen and trade Miller? No, I am not. I hate that idea. But I'm not part of management. So I would have traded Pedersen. That's what I would have done. But I could be wrong. Just highly doubt it. Elving is probably buddy with Buffalo with all the trade rumor talks. We'll see. Mark is in the building. Good to see you. Wonder how Philip Hronek and Evander Kane are going to get along after last year's big hit. That's a good point. I never thought of that one. Hey, look who else is here. At the guy blaming Elving for not trying to get Peterka, I would probably have it probably would have costed them Hronek and Höglander, which would almost be comparable. Canucks need to find something else at center. They will. Jack says we still got $7 million, I think. That's right. Abby being stacked creates room for bottom six, allows us to move some of our roster players. And we have 4 top 6 guys now. Not only 2 more. Okay. Thank you for subbing. I appreciate that. Canucks are historically better with players that are such a-holes that they embarrass ourselves. Okay. I am just not on the Bo Horvat train. I would like him back. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he wants to come back. But yeah, this looks crazy. Miller, Kane, Joshua. That'd be nuts. Canucks Uncensored said, and I said the same thing last night on the show. Bring JT back. Oh, you guys. It's funny. Miller was a tumor, was he? I don't know. I think he was competitive. Teams want developed players this year. There aren't a lot of teams trying to be bad. Wielander is a great prospect, but Buffalo wanted players that are ready now. Are those guys is those guys ready now? I mean, Edmonton being investigated, but it's for cap circumventing, so we won't be on the hook for trading Kane. Okay. Yeah, I've said this for a while. We had a power forward. That was JT Miller. Okay. Shane, good to see you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. My bank account is sad. I paid $330 for my JT Miller black skate. Oh, that hurts, man. You and I didn't think he was going to get traded. Bro, listen. I don't want to tell you that I got my black skate JT Miller for $99. Okay. I don't want to tell you that, even though I did. But you didn't know. You didn't know. And 330, how come it was so expensive? Because it came with the captain or the assistant captain thing. I don't know. That's weird. Because aren't they like 250? You must have got it from the pro shop. People keep forgetting Besser isn't coming back, which means we still have about 13 million in cap space. No, I think that's considering not having him. I think we only have 7, man. At least that's what Puckpedia says, and they're smarter than I am. Yeah, Bedard was at the Abbey game. That's who it was. Manifest destiny, okay? Bring back Joe Sakic. I love it. I love it. Locker room drama, stars underperforming, bad trades, disinterest from other players. Gotta love the Canucks. Don't forget injuries last year. We only have about 9 or 10 million now with the Kane move. I thought we only have 7. What Alvin meant by moving down is moving all the way down to round 2 as he trades the pick for immediate help. There you go. Okay, Shane says, big Canucks fan. I hope Kane changes attitude and doesn't bring his bad attitude with him. I agree. Michael's here. Good to see you. Man, I'm catching up on the NBA draft news, and holy cow, I hope Vancouver never gets an NBA team again because nothing has changed since those days. Entitled snots that don't want to play in Canada. I don't know anything. I just know that Cooper Flagg went number 1. It was that Ron Harper's son went number 2. That's all I know. He has tons of court cases, so I hope his past doesn't follow him. Yeah, it's spicy for sure. Scary too, for not for him, but like for yeah. Anyways, I don't want to comment on that. It's not. I don't know what I'm talking about, but those are some pretty serious allegations. So don't have to. He cap complaint until opening day. Also, more trades are going to happen. That salary out. Cap should not be a worry. Okay, sounds good. Goodbye, Besser, Roland says. Dylan says, Kane, net front tipping, Quinn shots all day. Sign me up. I like it. Darcy's in the building. I'd trade Demko and Pedersen to Philly for one of their first-round draft picks and prospects. Wow. That's a bold, bold statement. Yes, time for the Kane WWE theme song. Absolutely. That'd be awesome. Kane has 3 kids. Nothing straightens you out more like the little ones. Yep. Okay. If Kane has close to 25 goals by the trade deadline, maybe flipping him for a third, maybe a second. That's true. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of this at all. I like Garland better. Ryan says, bold take. Hedel, Leckermacki, she loves his 15th pick, will be dealt. Somebody clip this. Somebody screenshot this. This is crazy. This is crazy. If this happens, fan base is going to go nuts. I can see Garland and Hedel moved for cap purposes. Wow. They're talking about contract extension green for Garland. That is pretty bold. Kieran, Suter is going to get the JT Comfer contract 5 times 5. He could. Victor, Rossi, Olofsson, and Nick Schmaltz, come on down. There we go. There we go. Hey, Mike, good to see you. Maybe we can retain 50% of Kane at deadline and get a second and third back. Someone just said that, but not the retain part. As it sits, this draft is a draft lottery roster. That's what we wanted, right? Demko, I think Demko is going to be staying. I think he's a top 3 goalie when he's healthy, in my opinion. This is a bold trade. I don't think that they would do that. Yeah, I know a lot of people came in my comments and they said we got the wrong Kane. Is Patrick Kane honestly going to like retire, or is he going to play? I don't know. He's old, man. I like him though. Yeah, I could see this too. What will move the needle? They want one of our top 4 young prospects, Mancini, EP25, Lecker-Mackey, or who am I missing? Vilander, and the 15th pick. And the Canucks are like, no thanks. All Pedersons are going to be fired this year, Wolf says. S says that Brock said no because Alvin threw him under the bus at the trade deadline. Suter's an elite PK guy, and everyone in the Canucks Nation underestimates Teddy Bluger. I like Suter and Bluger. I just don't like how much Suter wants. Yeah, I don't think he gets anything more. Thomas Drant says we won't even get a 3rd-round pick for him, which is wild. Yeah, I don't think he's going to the Wild, everyone. I wouldn't be surprised if he went to Toronto. I think Brock's going to go to Toronto. Demmer gets us more than she loves. Yeah, but we're trying to extend him. There we go. There's one right there. That could happen. Demko has low value right now. I think if he is healthy, he can be good at deadline. Yep. Pick up a championship. That'd be awesome. Callum says, I can see JR trading out all our overpaid mid-6 players and playing an Abby Champ's 4th line to cut costs and get hungry. I can see that too. Unplugged, good to see you. I can see that a retool could work. 1, a trade Kane to check. 2, free agent winger, pick up Kuzmenko. I like that. 3, young center, add Rossi. I like that. For 15th pick, goalie / Mancini. I wouldn't. Yeah, you know what? I would be open to that number 3 for Mancini and the 15th pick. I don't think for all 3. Late summer free agent ad plus new PS Suter. Yeah, I like it. I like that. Okay, Tyler says, I could see that too, Green. They just get a bottom 6 center or call up someone from Abby. Ratu, that's right. S says, I hope Edmonton never makes the playoffs again. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Okay, Roland says, Mancini is a guy with Myers. Sue. What sues and moves like Hughes? Roll the dice. Oh, that would be a good draft option there. I don't think we have to keep Mancini, even though I like him. Our D is loaded with right-handed studs. Yeah, first time we can say that in a long time. I wish we still had Millsy. Yeah, me too. Okay. I think is he in his last year of the deal or second to last? Dell is in the building. Good to see you, Dell. If the Canucks tank next year, then there'll be Kane takers at the trade deadline. No risk unless Kane's play really drops off. Mike says management already said that they aren't trading any prospects. I think they will, depending on what you get back. They think the 15th overall is enough to get a top 6 center. Wow. Yeah, I think he was good at a lot of stuff. All our bottom 6 forwards should be replaced by $1 million abs for guys, provided Sherwood is top 6. Okay. Duly noted. Compare our team to an actual contender. We would be a contender if Miller was here and Brock along with Kane. Yeah, but we couldn't afford all 3 of them, so. What could Buffalo want now? They got Kesselring, or would they want more D-men improvements? I don't know. Yeah, Byram. I think Byram's on the. I wouldn't be surprised if we land Byram, everyone. She Loves will be moved out. Van should have pushed hard for. I think they did try to talk to him, but I don't know. I have no idea what they're doing. Sound for Soul says I got a couple buddies that are tight with Kane. He's a really good guy. Yeah. The crap was in the past. He has 3 kids now. He has matured a lot. Okay, I like that. Baines center, and they got Kane. Okay. Höglander, Pettersson, Kane. That's okay. It's not great. I think it's the Höglander part that I'm not loving, but he's got to have a bounce back season. You want to talk about bounce back seasons? Höglander's got to have one. Okay, guys. I think because of everything that went on, it came to a point they're like, hey, man, we need to figure this out. And it's like, so it's the take is that Miller wanted to leave. Miller didn't want to leave. They tried to work it out. But who remembers Canuck fans dreaming Lucic would come to Vancouver? There's tons of. I did not want him to come back. Kane's ex bashes him on Instagram all day long. Oof, that hurts. I never understood the Myers hate. He does more than most people notice. They only focus on the TikTok wonders. Kevin, he signed $6 million for 6 years. He was only good out of that 6 years for 1.5 years. Then this year he was decent. So it's 2.5. Okay, so he's going to play 9 seasons with the Vancouver Canucks. Right now he's at 2.5 seasons that he's played well. And even like this year, played well is still in question. He was okay. He had some good moments. He also had some horrific moments. Oh, Kane went to the same high school as you? Okay, that's cool. Hopefully Rossi is our second line center. He's going to get better and better. He young. Yeah, I like that. I agree. This is my take. It's my take. Myers is good for 25 minutes a night. There's 237 people in here, everyone. I like this. Who's JT? Oh my goodness, this is awesome. Never heard of him. JT is a beast. You know, the playoff performer, unlike Petey. 7 times 7 Tavares coming. I don't think he's getting 7 years, but I'd pay Tavares $7 million times 4 years. I think he's going to be good for a while. I know, man. Okay, there are so many comments. Okay, I gotta. Oh my goodness, we're at 1 hour and 13 minutes. I'm having so much fun with everyone. I've got to go, everyone. I got to, oh my goodness, it's 11:15. I got to go to bed. I got to go to work tomorrow. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. I couldn't get to all the comments, but I was going to stop with one more. JS says we need some more top 6 players, more puck moving D-men, and top 6 prospects. Everybody needs that. Everyone needs that. Okay. But I agree with you. All right. Thank you so much for coming out, everyone. I believe that more Canucks moves are coming. Okay. They are coming. And stay tuned. We're going to be reporting all of them. We're going to have conversations. There's so many people here in the stream tonight. Live chat was buzzing. The amount of people watch this is great. Thank you so much. And you know what? If people don't know about my channel yet, you've talked to other Canucks fans, say, have you have you seen Kempner Canucks? I love conversations with Canuck fans. So hope that you're doing well, everyone. Huge news tonight. Huge news today. Trades happening. It's getting crazy. It's getting wonderful. Hope that you have a fantastic rest of your evening. Good sleep. And tomorrow we wake up to some more trade stuff. I'm looking forward to it. Have a good night. And of course, always go Canucks. Go.